Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you are fine. Please open your English books. As you know, yesterday we started our lesson number 7, haircut. And in this lesson, we read about a weird character of a boy, Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada, who was a very indifferent personality as compared to others. He was having his different name, which was a very lengthy and long name, and he was having indifferent personality as well. He has a fine beard, and he grew it more longer, and later with the passage of time he grew his hairs more longer than the beard. So it was making him like a tramp, giving him a feel of a tramp. So we will read next that when his mother sent him to buy some vegetables for lunch, and we read that on a road he spotted an empty bench near a park, and he sat down there to take rest for a few minutes. Okay, keep your pencils in your hands. As he sat in the scorching sun, underline the word scorching, it means to cause intense heat. Wondering how he was going to carry those vegetables home, Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada decided to close his eyes for a moment or two. In precisely 30 seconds he had dozed off. His head dropped forward till his bearded chin rested on his chest and his cap fell into the lap. As you can see in this picture, his head is tilted forward, and his bearded chin is touching his chest. So he sat there. It was a very warm day. Maybe that's why he was very lethargy and he dozed off for a while. Okay. Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada snored. Half an hour later, a barking dog woke him up from his nap. He sat upright with a jolt. Underline the word jolt. Jolt means a sudden shock or movement. When somebody wake you from sleep and your sudden reaction is jolt. It took him a few seconds to remember where he was, where he had come from, and where he was going, and then he noticed his cap in his lap. You must have experienced such feeling that when your mom is waking you up in the morning, your sudden reaction at the moment is that you forgot that why she is waking us and where we are right now. Sometimes it happens. Much to his amazement, underline the word amazement. Amazement means very surprised. Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada's cap had a few coins in it. Where did these come from? He asked himself, looking bemused. Underline the word bemused. Confused. It means confused. So what happened? His cap was having some coins, and he was really confused that from where they come. And as he sat examining the coins, a passerby stopped and added another coin to his collection. Can you see this man? He added another coin to his collection. Can you imagine? Do you think what they were thinking about him? Just imagine in your mind for a few moments. Yes, they were thinking him as if he was a beggar. See? And why they were thinking like? Can you see his in the picture? His whole condition, long hairs and long beard, and the way he was resting on a bench. Okay, Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada was greatly shocked. My goodness, he exclaimed, people are giving me money because they think I am a tramp. As yesterday the word came again, one who travels aimlessly on foot, or a beggar, or a person who uselessly or purposelessly walk here and there. Okay, that is known as a tramp or a vagabond. He hastily removed the coins from the cap, placed it on his head, stood up, and brushed his jacket. Why did he brush his jacket? Because it was full with dirt. Yes, it's all looking a little crumpled. Underline the word crumpled. It means to become wrinkled or bent. And perhaps it's time for a new look. Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada, I am going to reinvent you. Underline the word reinvent. It means to make major changes. So, to whom he was talking all that? To himself. He was realizing himself that it is the time. It is the alarming time that you seriously need to make some major changes in your personality. Otherwise, people will take you as if you are a beggar. With this decision made, Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada moved along towards the market with great speed. At the market, he didn't go to the vegetable stalls. He marched straight into Sami's style salon. Ha! Thought Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada as he entered the salon and looked around the place. Can't spell, but I hope they can cut here. They have wrong spellings of style in their written over the board. So he thought for a while, although they cannot spell the name right, but I hope that they could have been able enough to cut my hair as well. There were 5 chairs in front of 5 long mirrors on the facing wall. As you might be knowing that usually you must have experience to see in salons that there are chairs and they are facing towards the mirror. 4 of the chairs were taken and the 4 gentlemen occupying these chairs were having their hair cut. He said that 4 were already occupied. The room felt like an oven, but Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada was determined to stay. They are mentioning again and again that it was a very warm and hot day, and inside the salon it was feeling like as hot as if it was an oven. But still, Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada was determined to stay there and to cut his hair short. The owner was a large man with at least 3 chins. Why did they say so? Can you see this picture? This is the owner. And because the bulk of his face, they said that he was having almost 3 chins. And there was not a single hair on his head. He greeted Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada with a bow. It means that he showed him expressions of kindness on his arrival. Hello, said the owner, nodding his shiny head from side to side. Haircut, trim, shampoo, washing, beard, all. You see, he did not make a full sentence for asking all these things. Rather, he was just giving him words. Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada wondered if the man knew any 2-word sentences. As he thought about this, he looked at himself in one of the long mirrors on the wall. It was not a pretty sight. He was at first confused with the spelling mistakes when he entered into that salon, and then he got confused with the outer look of that owner, that who was not able enough to speak the full sentence. Rather, he was just asking question in words. Yes, replied Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada. Washing, shampoo, no hair cutting, trim, beard, yes. So, sitting please, said the man pointing to the empty chair. Said Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada to himself as he sat down. 2 words, incorrect grammar, but 2 words is in one sentence. I hope he can do better with my hair. Still, he is confused about the personality and the outer look of that salon and the owner at the same time. But he is still assuming that he might be able to good enough to cut my hairs. No problem with their inaccurate grammar, with their inaccurate spellings or their outer look, but he is still hoping for the best. Come to the next page. Mr. Sami, the owner of the Sami's style salon, wrapped a sheet round the neck of the Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada. The sheet covered his chest and arms and reached almost to the floor. It means it was not a small sheet, it was a bigger sheet, as long as a blanket maybe. It was a little grubby. Underline the word grubby, it means messy. But Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada did not mind. He had made up his mind. You see, he was full of enthusiasm. He just wanted to get rid of that bad look that embarrassed him in front of people who thought that he was a beggar or a tramp. You see? Mr. Sami instructed one of the assistant barbers. The young assistant scurried forward. Underline the word scurried, to move quickly forward, carrying a comb in one of his hands and clicking a sharp pair of scissors in the other. He smiled as he approached and nodded his head from side to side, just like his boss. Okay, Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada did not say a word. He stared at his reflection in the mirror. To whose reflection he stared? To his own reflection, while the barber clicked away at the top of his head. Beads of sweat began to drip from the Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada nose. Why? Why beads of sweat was dripping from his nose? Because it was very hot outside and inside as well. He had been hot outside the salon. He was hotter inside the salon, even inside the oven-like room. He said outside the salon it was hot, but inside it was hotter. And to make matters worse, Mr. Sami had tugged him in the blanket. And which thing is calling blanket? To that sheet which he wrapped around him. Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada began to nod. Underline the word nod. Nod means nod does not mean here to incline forward or downward. Not like Mr. Sami or his assistant had done, but a sleepy nod. He was having a little sleepy at that moment. Every time his chin fell forward into his chest, the barber yanked it upright. Underline the word yanked. Yank means to pull on something quickly. He was pulling his chin upright again and again. Who? The owner or the barber. But this didn't worry Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada. He was too hot and tired to bother. He soon fell soundly asleep. Soundly is the right word for this kind of sleep, because Danish Nasiruddin Pirzada made an awful sound. He snored loudly.